Guess what? Guess what, guys? So, how's everybody doing? So this video is going to be me trying to troubleshoot this issue I'm having with my car. It's 6 o'clock at night. I've been running around the whole entire day. Car's been working fine. I will say that this month, I've had a couple instances where I had to try to start a couple of times before my car cranked over. But today I am stuck. I am stuck at Walgreens parking lot. I went to grab something. The car was working really good the whole entire day, no issues, none of that. And got into my car, tried to turn it on, no crank. All the lights on the dash on. Blow motor works, radio works, everything works. Can't get the car to crank over. And I'm not quite sure what the issue is. So about 15 minutes ago, I did try to get somebody to jump my car. I thought it might have been like a battery issue. I haven't changed my battery for like my battery is about like 3.5, 4 years old. So I thought maybe it was a dead battery. So I put some cables to it, try to crank it, nothing. Just click, click. That's all it was. One click. You could hear like a faint click. And it really sucks because at this point, my assumption is that it is the starter that is causing it not to crank over. So I'm sure that my battery is not the problem, even though I need to change it. Battery's 4 years old, but it lasted through the winter, not a problem, putting the cables to it and trying to start it, even if it was kind of weak. The car was a smaller car that I think it was like a Nissan Sentra. Tried to jump it. Had the cables on for about a minute. If it was the battery that was low, whatever, and that Sentra wasn't charging this car. Wasn't getting like 100% capacity as far as the electricity the start is concerned. I should be able to just hear like a slow crank, like it wants to crank, but it doesn't. It won't go all the way through. But I didn't even hear any of that. It was like click, click. So it's not the battery. It's not the battery. And besides, I actually did test the lights. The lights work pretty good. The headlights work pretty good. The beams work. The dash lights work. My blow motor works. The radio works. So I don't think it's the fuse. Possibly could be a fuse that's blown, or a relay. But here's the thing, I don't think it was the fuse or the relay, because I'm hearing a click coming from the solenoid. I don't think that's causing it, unfortunately. It would be great if it was a fuse or relay. I could just go and buy a fuse or relay, pop it in, get my car to start. But I don't think that's the case. And besides, I had this issue for the last month. I think like twice I've had this issue this month where I had to try to start the car a couple of times before it would crank over. And it would be like dead, like it is now, like click, click. But I was able to start it after a certain number of tries. But this time I'm like here, and I've tried like 10-15 times, and I tried like at least 5 times with the cables on. Like nothing at all. And the thing about the starter is I just had the starter changed like 8 months ago. I mean, just 8 months ago I had the starter changed, so I don't, kind of sucks. I had the starter changed like 8 months ago. It was working fine up to about a month ago, and I really don't. I mean, that starter I got from like, you know, one of these auto parts places. I think it was AutoZone or whatever. And man, you know, it's warranted for about a year, I think, but maybe it's a lifetime warranty. I don't know. But that's not the issue. The issue that I'm having is, I mean, I don't want to take the time out to take the starter out, put the starter in, or even pay somebody to do it. I mean, yeah, it's warranty. I could go and get another one, but I mean, what's the point? And I've actually never had really good luck with like rebuilt stuff, even brand new stuff. I mean, like the original OEM ones. I mean, I might just go on eBay and just get one of these original OEM starters and pop it in, but man, that sucks. I'm gonna have to call AAA and have them tow this car. I mean, it's not the alternate, because I'm going through like so many different troubleshooting alternatives as to why this might happen. So we've ruled out the battery, we've ruled out a fuse, because normally if it's a fuse, I've had issues where the fuse caused the car not to start, and normally what happens is the car will crank, but it just won't crank over, you know, unless there's a fuse for the starter that's blown. But I didn't really do anything that would blow it. The relay, I mean, it could be the relay, but if it was the relay that was dead, I would not be hearing a click coming, because funny enough, I did have somebody try to turn a key, try to start this when I was out there, and I tried to listen to see whether anything was coming from the starter or not, but I did hear a click coming from it. So that situation really this situation really sucks at this point. I really don't have time for this. I'm glad I have AAA, but I do not want to wait for AAA to come here. They're gonna take like an hour and a half, depending on what their situation is. As far as yeah, this is just a really bad situation. I mean, there's nothing to say. I really wish that this. All right, guys. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this. All right, because there's nothing I can do at this point. I'm making a video of this, but there's nothing I can do at this point. I'm gonna have to wait for the truck to come and see what happens. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys. So it's the next day, and it turned out to be the starter. I was able to put a wire to the starter. If you guys don't know how to do it, there's videos of it up on YouTube. You pretty much, I mean, if your starter was good and you kept on doing that, it would actually kill the starter, right? I think. But I tried it a couple of times, like putting the positive line of the battery to the two terminal ports on the starter, and the starter, nothing happened. Normally it's supposed to just turn. The starter's supposed to turn. You're supposed to hear like a turning sound. It didn't work. It didn't do anything. So it was a starter. And I really wish I could have gone on eBay, bought a starter, popped it in, but unfortunately that would take like 3 or 4 days at most, week and a half, and I don't have that kind of time. So I actually ended up just going back to AutoZone, getting another starter. It's warranted, and just crossing my fingers, hoping that the situation doesn't come up, because these starters should last for quite a bit, like over 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles. And it just sucks that, if you guys don't know anything about rebuilt starters, what they do is I'm amazed that they're able to rebuild these starters to begin with. But what they do is they'll take the part that's broken, and that's the part that they actually change up. The rest of the parts that they'll keep the rest of the parts. They'll keep the rest of the parts. They'll so every other part on that starter has whatever mileage that was on the starter, 100, 150,000 or whatever. That's what's going to be there, except for the part that's broken. The part that's broken is going to be new. So the problem with getting these rebuilt starters is you're actually getting a starter that with all the parts that have. I don't know if that's the case these days. I don't know if they changed the way they do it, but as far as I know, they only replace the part that's broken on the starter. That's all they do, unfortunately. And the rest of the starter has the amount of wear that has the amount of original wear on it, which kind of sucks. But I had no time, so I went out and got another starter, put it in, and the car started up without a problem. So 100% sure it was the starter that was causing it. What's the issue with it? So, all right, guys. So, you guys like this video? Please give me a thumbs up. Please, you guys want to leave a message for me? Leave a message for me. Please subscribe. All right, guys. Take care.